Well, it was a meeting of a hero and survivors. Don't forget about the eyes. Make sure your kids are wearing sunglasses that protect their eyes. When it comes to life in Major League Baseball, we all know that the players' lives change during the season. Well, I know that as a parent that when I saw the list of apps that could be dangerous for kids, there were a few on those I'd never heard of. So we did some digging. Get those gaming fingers ready. Nintendo has announced when the new NES Classic Edition is going to be available again after it sold out a few years ago. You've got your ID, you've got your voter registration, but do you have your littlest citizen? And an update now on the search for a man wanted for murder in Manatee County. Gunshots overnight in Newtown. As we mentioned, ABC's Marla Spence has been out there all morning long. We are here at the Tervis headquarters in Venice, and they are one of the area's largest employers. Scott, there's nothing like this day of love to really spotlight your relationship status. Well, we are here at the Tervis headquarters in Venice, and they are one of the area's largest employers. Now, their original Osprey store is getting ready to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
Back in 1946, two engineers in Detroit, Frank Cotter and Howlett Davis, hit on a big idea. They created the first permanently sealed double-walled tumbler. So how did a simple idea turn into such a popular product? Well, one big reason, licensing. Thanks to partnering with big brands like the NFL, Star Wars, Harley-Davidson, those tumblers became more than just another cup in your cabinet.
It's a way to express yourself. So in between these two walls of plastic, you have a way to express yourself, a way to start a conversation. So the licensing has been a way to really promote that and expand that. And it's been giving us a lot of success.
Okay, here is the really cool part that we're excited about. Next Friday morning on Good Morning Suncoast, we are going to take you inside this Tervis factory for an exclusive tour. We're going to show you how all of these tumblers are made from start to finish. And that's right, you just got a glimpse of a brand new, never before seen product that we're going to show you for the very first time ever right here on ABC 7. Back to you. When it comes to life in Major League Baseball, we all know that the players' lives change during the season, but what about their wives or significant others? Turns out life is just as busy for them off the field. I had the chance to sit down with one of the Tampa Bay Rays pitchers, Jake Faria, and his fiancée, Jessica Soto.
Growing up, the bond between Jessica Soto and her dad was baseball.
I grew up obviously playing softball, but the thing with my dad was going to baseball games, like going to opening day at Dodger Stadium, and then it changed over to Angel Stadium.
And today, that bond even stronger since that former softball player sits next to her fiancé, Tampa Bay Rays pitcher Jake Faria.
He was literally made for me. Like I say, God really made him for me, prepped me for the baseball life, and then to be able to share it with my family and my dad that we had a bond over is really cool.
The two went to high school together in California, but didn't date until he asked her to prom in their senior year. She was there on the day he got signed by the Rays. And as for Jake, well, baseball has always been his life.
So for me, every spring training, packing up at home and coming out to Florida is really easy.
But for Jessica at first, like many of the girlfriends and wives, it's having to leave a family behind, a job behind, and relocate to the team's hometown.
For me, he kept asking me when he first got called up initially to come out and be here with him, just to experience it together and be here for him. And of course I wanted to do that, but at the same time, I loved my job.
Most everything has been what Jessica has expected so far, except for what happened last season, during an off day, when the two went for a hike.
He's like, you know how you always say, in 10 years I'll propose? And I said, yeah. And he's like, I'm not gonna make you wait that long. And he got down on one knee, and the team photographer was there. He had him hiding
up in the trees
and he took pictures of us.
So what's life like during the season? Well, Jessica now heads up the Rays Wives organization. When the families aren't traveling, the wives and girlfriends are active in the community. They organize fundraising events and do nonprofit work.
So to get together as a group, find what we're passionate about, and try to make a difference in the community. And the biggest thing I told him, this is home for us 8 months out of the year. So it's really important for us to get to know the community, get to know how we can help, how we can use our platform.
And as these two continue their journey on and off the field, they're planning on sticking to some good advice given to them by other Major League couples.
Staying true to yourself, traveling, experiencing it, because really baseball can end in the blink of an eye.
As for their wedding that's coming up in November, will it be a baseball theme? Nope, no baseball theme. The two just want a day to spend focused on each other. Back to you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Well, from what our history books have always told us, that back in the 1800s, when slaves would escape from their plantations, they often fled north, up to the Free States, even up to Canada. But what researchers found is that a small number of those escaped slaves came here and set up a colony right on the shores of the Manatee River. It later became known as Angola.
This colony of escaped slaves here at Manatee Mineral Springs eventually became a stop on the Underground Railroad. Over the years, archaeologists and researchers have studied the area, finding artifacts, and eventually confirming the area's rich history.
Now, the settlement here at Angola actually lasted until about 1821, when an Indian war party raided and burned down many of the homes. So many of the people here fled to the Bahamas.
And the Bahamas is where Daphne Towns is from. She's also a descendant of Angola. But up until a year ago, she had no idea.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because I came here to the area winter of '92, and I lived in walking distance, 2 minutes, and did not know this park was here.
She's now the organizer of the Back to Angola Festival, designed to educate and honor the history here, as well as the culture of the Bahamas.
We'll have a lot of Bahamian staple food items, like our conch salad that everybody likes, our conch fritters, and these fish that you're going to be eating at the festival is not from Florida. They came all the way from the Bahamas.
Now, the Back to Angola Festival is running this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have all the information for you online at mysuncoast.com. Back to you in studio, Scott.